Here's a little flash to take along with you on your drive. Tomorrow, Thursday, 7 p.m., we'll be coming to you for the Black Revolutionary Hotline and News Flash, if you didn't already know. Yeah, Trump federalizing D.C. Not only is he having his little martial law, he's also implementing the death penalty. Anybody that kills anyone in D.C., since D.C. is a federal city, it should be a federal fine. It's a capital city, capital punishment. His word. What's happening, y'all? Black Opium Lion TV. Hit the cash app so I can come to you stronger than ever. You gotta be boots on the ground with this thing. Smart. Boots on the ground. Not saying you put boots on the ground. Yeah, hit the cash app so that I can land safely and all our troops can land safely. Make sure you land safely.
Get an encore on this joint. Hold up. A little bit too close to the end. And as I said it before, I say it again, my friend. Take it from the top, like James Brown say, on the one.
It's Hump Day, Wednesday, August 27th. Just coming to you all with a special broadcast. For those that don't know. For those that don't know, I'm here to tell you. Well, let him tell you for itself. How about that?
Operations in Greenland with the intention of weakening relations between Denmark and Greenland. The report said it was not able to clarify if the Americans were working on their own or under orders from somebody else.
Kill somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And it's a very strong preventative. And everybody that's heard it agrees with it. I don't know if we're ready for it in this country, but we have it. It is, we have no choice.
Oh, it didn't happen in one night. These arrests, all 12 of them, and the seizure of all these weapons indicate the seriousness of crime.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let's play this one more time.
Operations in Greenland with the intention of weakening relations between Denmark and Greenland. The report said it was not able to clarify if the Americans were working on their own or under orders from somebody else.
Kill somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And it's a very strong preventative. And everybody that's heard it agrees with it. I don't know if we're ready for it in this country, but we have it. It is, we have no choice.
Oh, it didn't happen in one night. These arrests, all 12 of them, and the seizure of all these weapons indicate the seriousness of crime that is occurring in our community.
Now, over 2,300 National Guardsmen and federal agents have been scouring the city for most of the month, despite Congress being on recess. Trump says Republican House and Senate leaders are working on a new legislation to fight crime. Posting last night, Speaker Mike Johnson and Leader John Thune are working with me and other Republicans on a comprehensive crime bill. It's what our country needs, and now more to follow. Make America great again. Now, Congress, like many schools, guys, are back in session after Labor Day.
Somebody murders something in the Capitol. Capital punishment. Capital punishment. If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And it's a very strong preventative. And everybody that's heard it agrees with it. I don't know if we're ready for it in this country, but we have it. It is, we have no choice. Is known all throughout the world as Occupy America. They call it occupied. We're being occupied by a criminal force. And we're an occupied state that refuses to let our great law enforcement professionals do the job that they so dearly want to do. You know, they want to do the job so badly, but they're threatened constantly. You're going to lose your pension. They don't want to do it. What is this ideology? It's so sick. But to everyone here in Colorado and all across our nation, I make this pledge and vow to you. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. It will be Liberation Day. I will rescue Aurora and every town that has been invaded and conquered. These towns have been conquered. Explain that to your governor. He doesn't have a clue.
Trump's description of
Invasion of illegals into our country. We will defend our territory. We will not be conquered. We will not be conquered. We will reclaim our sovereignty and Colorado will vote for Trump as a protest and signal to the world that we are not going to take it anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. And if they come back into our country, they will be told it is an automatic 10-year sentence in jail with no possibility of parole.
The most striking part of Trump's Aurora speech was his call for the death penalty in cases involving undocumented immigrants who commit violent crimes, specifically murder. Take a listen.
And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer.
Well, y'all heard it from his mouth. There you go. I'll take my word for it. Take it.
I have stood where once Jefferson Davis stood and took an oath to my people. It is very appropriate that from this cradle of the Confederacy, this very heart of the great Anglo-Saxon Southland, that today we sound the drum for freedom. And I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
My first
time that America refused to give the Negro any land. Through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Any problem for the masses of black people in this country whatsoever, but it does make the hand-picked Negroes be satisfied to slow down the cry of the masses. And a good example of that is as soon as the spirit of rebellion or revolution began to spread among the masses of black people in this country, and they began to take an active part, and they showed that they weren't confined to this nonviolent approach, then the government or the power structure began to sit up and take notice. And now, as you said earlier, the president is talking about new legislation and to put it, take it out of the streets and put it back in the courts. Why, as long as it's in the streets, it's in the hands of the masses of black people who will not compromise or who cannot be bought out. But when you put it back in the courts, then that puts it back into the hands of the hand-picked Negro leaders, who will allow the judges and the other persons that are involved in this white power structure to slow them down. It's only a trick. And as long as the masses of black people are involved in the struggle for freedom, not integration, but freedom, respect as human beings, respect as men, and show that they're willing to die to be respected as men, then the power structure sits up and takes notice. But as long as this mass element is led, and when I say led, I use led in quotes, actually contained by Uncle Tom Negro leaders who hold them back, who tell them turn the other cheek, and things like that, then the white power structure isn't worried at all. They're only worried when they know that the masses of black people are ready to explode, and in exploding it will destroy some of the furniture in their house, and then they react accordingly.